everyone! Before we get into today's audio, I want to remind you to like and subscribe. It pushes me in the algorithm so more people will see this video. If you'd like to support me in other ways, I don't have channel memberships or Patreon. I just don't like that kind of setup. So you can support me via Twitch. I stream almost every day on Twitch, and I'm trying to get to partner, so every single view counts. Thank you so much, and enjoy the audio.
Sorry to disturb you, but you have the best grades in our class, right? Well, I've been working on a science experiment, and I could really use someone as smart as you to help me, so would you mind helping? Great! Thank you so much. Are you free tonight? Perfect. I'll send you my address and I'll be there by 8. It shouldn't take too long. Maybe only a few hours, depending on how fast we can get it done. I'll see you later! Hello. I'm glad you came. You don't know me very well, so I thought you might not have turned up, but... Anyways, come in! It must be freezing out there. Please, take a seat. I'll bring us some snacks and we can start talking about the experiment. I'm back with snacks! They're your favorites? What a coincidence! They're my favorite snacks, too. Well, I never really liked them until recently. Why? Oh, well, I just rarely ate snacks until I found out someone close to me liked them. Since then, I've loved eating snacks that they also like. It reminds me of them. Every time I take a bite, I imagine them eating the same snack. Sitting on the couch, watching TV while wearing their favorite hoodie. Anyways, how are your other classes going? I know you're doing amazing in science, but I'm curious if you're getting good grades in your other classes. Really? That's great! I honestly don't know how you're getting good grades in all of your classes. There is so much work to do in each class. I don't have time to finish it all while having enough free time for my hobbies. Hopefully, our science teacher will allow this experiment to count as extra credit, though I don't think you need extra credit with how high your grades are. What is the experiment? Well, it's you. Good morning, subject. How are you feeling? Your head may still hurt when I knocked you out, but it was either that or a sedative, which would have had many more side effects than just a sore head. Uh. Please don't struggle. I had to chain you to the examination table to stop you from trying to escape as soon as you woke up. If you behave, then I can take them off in the future, but I can't trust you in your current mental state. Now that you've calmed down a little, I can begin explaining why you're here. I'm guessing you remember me asking you to help me with an science experiment, which you agreed to. Well, I didn't say what you'd be helping with. You should have asked before deciding to help. I thought you would have been smart enough to know that, considering you have the best grades in the whole school. I would have lied to you about what you would have been helping me with, of course, if you did ask. So it wouldn't really have mattered much, anyways. Anyways, for my experiment, I needed a test subject who I knew well, but someone who didn't know much about me. For the past 7 months, I've been watching you, learning everything about you. When you study, when you sleep, your favorite coffee shop, even your favorite snacks. It wasn't just a coincidence that I brought out all your favorite snacks. You were also the person I was talking about when you asked why I liked the snacks I was after not eating them for years. Why? Well, like I said, for the experiment. But also because I developed feelings for you. I already liked you before planning the experiment, which was perfect because I needed someone I found attractive to be my test subject. Well, because I'm going to be trying to develop a love drug. Not just for me to use on you, though that is one of the reasons, but to sell to others. People will pay a large amount of money to make the person they love the most feel the same way about them. Don't worry, I'll share the money between us, since you'll be a very important part of creating the drug. Once I successfully make it, and the tests are complete, you will be in love with me, and we will live together so we can make a shared bank account to put the money into. You won't fall in love with me? We'll see about that. I've already got many serums ready to test on you, and if they don't work, then I'll make more. Each test will give me more data on how your body reacts to different ingredients in the drug. Eventually, I'll find the right combination that makes you fall in love with me. Then I can begin selling them to the rich. Buy us a mansion far away from other people, and live there together for the rest of our lives. The extra credit? Well, I never cared about that. You must have thought I wasn't very smart since I was failing most of my classes, but I only stopped focusing on school to watch you. My grades used to be perfect until I made the experiment my priority. The extra credit doesn't matter anymore, since neither of us will be going to school again. I also wasn't going to reveal the drug to the science teacher when it was ready. Who knows how they would react? I need to be careful with who I tell about the drug. Many people won't understand it and may try to report it to the police. It's not a bad idea. I told you many people will want to get their hands on the drug. It'll be a revolutionary creation, but others won't understand it. That's when the police could get involved and ruin the life I've planned for us. That's why I need to keep it a secret to most people, not because it's a bad idea. Hey, don't cry. I know you're scared, but you need to accept it. Think about how many people you'll be helping. How many people will fall in love because of the experiments. Every prick from the needle, we get one step closer to finding the correct formula. Just think about that during each test and it'll be over soon. Well, I'm not sure how many tests I'll need to do to make until it works. It might take 100 or 1 or 1,000. Regardless of how long it takes, it'll be worth it. For both of us. And the rest of the world. Now that you're calmer than when you first woke up, I think it's time to begin testing all the serums I've already created. Though I don't think those ones will work. But using the results from those tests will help me build the correct formula for the drug. Anyways, I'm just going to prepare the first few syringes. Don't worry, I won't run too many tests today. Just enough to get you relaxed and used to them. And give me more data to begin working on the next few trial serums. Just relax for now. It shouldn't take long for me to get ready. Hello, subject. It's been a few hours since I administered the serum, so it should be taking effect now. How are you feeling? The test subject has a migraine and feels slightly dizzy. Small improvements from the previous tests. The two side effects have remained persistent throughout all tests. Test 64 has been going well so far. You have fewer side effects than the last test. Maybe I'll find a way to just get rid of all the side effects, who knows. Of course, that isn't a priority, though. As long as the drug makes people fall in love, then it doesn't matter how the pain is, or how much the pain of the recipient feels. The pain will all be worth it in the end. The side effects only last for a few hours anyway, so it won't be painful for long. Remember to tell me when you feel better, so I can time how long it takes for the effects to clear up. How long have you been here? Subject. You know not to ask me those types of questions. You don't need to worry about that. The only thing you need to focus on is the tests. Leave everything else to me. Now that I've finished taking notes on the side effects, it's time to test the more fun part. Tell me, subject. Do you feel attracted to me? Or do you still hate me? Still hate me, hmm? You sounded a little hesitant. Are you sure you're telling the truth? It's very important that you're honest with me. If you aren't, then you'll mess up the experiment. And we really don't want that to happen, now do we? So just tell me the truth and I won't have to use other methods to make you tell me. You don't want to tell me? Fine then. I know I can get the information out of you using more unconventional methods. Before I do that, there's a few other ways I might be able to get some results. I'll just start by moving a little closer. Seems your heart rate increased. Good thing I attached all those machines to you. They're very helpful when you refuse to tell me how you feel. Now you can't hide your feelings from me no matter how hard you try. You still refuse to admit you feel attracted to me? Even when you have that adorable blush on your face? You feel hot? The room is always kept at a specific temperature for better results and your own comfort. You don't feel hot, you're just making excuses. Is it because you don't want me to figure out how much progress we've made? Maybe because you don't want to admit that it's working? That you'll fall in love with me soon, regardless of if you want it or not? Why are you crying now? I already told you that you should be happy to help with the experiment. That you're getting to be part of creating a revolutionary drug that will help many, many people. Just accept it already. It'll make it easier for both of us. This is the first experiment that has shown multiple signs of you feeling attracted to me. Though I don't think that you feel that way in your mind. Of course you refuse to love me, but the drug will take over your mind and make you love me. However, I don't think it has yet. So far, I've only observed a basic body language of romantic feelings. I just I just need to change the formula a little to make the ventral tegmental area a little more active. That can easily be done by adding more dopamine and a few other hormones. Then the formula should be perfect. However, it might take a few more tries before it finally works. But it won't be long before it finally does. I can't wait for you to finally love me. I've already planned so much we can do together once the love drug works. But for now, we need to focus on the experiments. I'll let you rest for the rest of the day while I work on that new formula. Then tomorrow I can test it on you and figure out what needs to be changed. You want to know what's in the formula? I already told you not to worry about that. But if you really want to know, I guess I can tell you some stuff. There's quite a long list of ingredients. Most of them are just basic hormones, stimulants, and hallucinogens, but I'm not going to tell you exactly what's in it for many reasons. Explaining it could make you stressed, which could lead to more side effects or interfere with the results. I'm not taking any chances. All I need to do is finish taking the notes for this test, and then I'll leave you to the rest of the night. I need to make sure my test subject stays healthy to ensure the best results. It's especially important for these last few tests, as they might be a little more difficult on you. But it will all be worth it very soon. All done. Looking back at some of the more recent tests, I could see we've been making steady progress. However, this one gave me a lot of valuable information. The next few tests should be, as well, till all the formula needs is a bit of tweaking until it is finally complete. Then, you'll finally be in love with me, and I can finally start making more doses of the drug to sell. Don't look so scared. I know you don't like the tests, but we're almost done. In a few years, you'll finally see that the fear and pain were all worth it. The both of us will be living a perfect life together, living in a huge mansion, snuggling on the couch while watching movies, playing games together, going on vacation whenever and wherever we want, cuddling each other as we fall asleep and waking up next to each other every morning. I'll take great care of you. It'll be like none of this ever happened. Just think about that whenever you feel scared. It will make you feel a lot better. Whenever I'm getting stressed or annoyed that the drug isn't working, I always think about that. And it makes me want to keep trying for our relationship. Now I'm going to change the formula and prepare for the next test tomorrow. Try getting some sleep while I'm gone. You'll need it for the next few days. I would kiss you goodnight, but I don't want to do anything that could interfere with the progress. Soon I'll be able to kiss you as much as I want. But for now, I need to be patient. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, subject. Hello, subject. How are you feeling? It's been a few hours since I administered test drug number 68. So the worst of the side effects should have cleared up by now. You feel fine, except for a little dizziness? That's great. Seems like the drugs are causing fewer and fewer side effects. However, you could build immunity to the drug instead, which is good for the experiment. I'll be able to run a few more tests without needing to wait for you to feel well enough to provide me with useful information. Side effects have been diminishing slowly since test 57, The results of that are starting to become more and more apparent. Now that I've finished taking notes on the side effects, it's time to test the most important part, which also happens to be my favorite. Your heart rate seems to have gone up since I entered the room. That could be caused by fear or by love. Not only that, but you've been keeping prolonged eye contact with me. Your eyes are dilated, your palms are sweaty, and you're blushing. Those are all bodily signs of attraction. Don't try to deny it this time. It's blatantly obvious that your body is attracted to me. However, your mind might not be. You're not even trying to deny it. Or try to hide your face like the previous times. Do you actually feel attracted to me? I know your body language is out of your control, but your mind isn't. Well, it might be a little hard to control your emotions towards me due to all the hormones and the drug, which is the point, but I think it's finally starting to work. Answer me, subject. Do you feel attracted to me or not? It is very important that you tell me the truth. You do feel attracted to me? It worked. The drug, it's finally working. You actually love me now. You're even smiling. You want this. Your mind and body want this. I knew adding all those extra hormones into the formula would work, but I had never expected it to work this quickly. I'm sorry, darling. I don't mean to overwhelm you. I'm just really happy right now. I've imagined this moment so many times when the love drug finally works and you start to feel the same way about me. Of course, I'll need to do a few quick tests to make sure it's actually working how I intended it to, and that you're not just faking, or that the effect is just temporary. Wait right here. I've already got the EEG machine prepared. I just need to grab the baseline readings from upstairs. I'm sorry, darling. I'm back. We can start analyzing your brain waves now. If the machine shows that your brain has patterns of consistent attraction towards me, I can officially say that the love drug works. If it doesn't, then I'll need to keep experimenting until it does. Hold still while I connect the electrodes to your head specifically. Don't worry, it's not going to hurt. The gel might be a little cold though. All done. I'm going to turn on the machine now. You might hear the machine humming, but it's perfectly normal. The machine is supposed to do that. It won't hurt you though, so don't be scared. There. I'll need to monitor the screen for a while to make sure your brainwaves stay consistent. But at the moment, the machine is showing brain patterns that are commonly seen when a person is around someone they're attracted to. What will happen when the test is done? Well, if the results are inconsistent, then I'll go back to working on the formula and monitor you closely to see how you react to the next test. If the results are consistent, then I'll be confident that the drug works, and we can start selling it. I'll remove your restraints and give you freedom to go anywhere you'd like in the house, except for outside. Then I'll find people interested in testing the drug to make sure it works on other people, not just you. After that, I can start selling it, get rich, and buy us a mansion where nobody will disturb us. Your brain pattern has remained consistent since I connected you to the machine, and your body is still showing signs of attraction, the drug is working correctly, you love me now. Regardless of you despising me when the experiment started, was all the pain worth it to finally fall in love with me? I told you it would be. Now there's no more experiments. No more pain, only love. Here, let me take off the electrodes off your head, and I'll take your restraints off as well. You've been wearing them for months now. Your wrists must be really hurting. But you know I didn't have a choice but to keep them tied to the examination table. There's no need to keep you tied anymore, since I trust you not to hurt me or escape. Even if you wanted to escape, there's a lock on every single door and window, so it's impossible for you to get out. I know you won't try to run away because you love me. There you go. Let me help you sit up. I got you some water, too. I thought you'd be thirsty. I haven't had much time to take care of your needs recently since I've been so focused on perfecting the formula. Now I can spend all day taking care of you and making you happy. Would you like to go upstairs? You don't need to stay in the basement anymore. I prefer that you don't come down here anymore, so I can keep all the paperwork and data organized. I don't want you to mess anything up by mistake or distract me while I'm working. All right then. Do you think you're able to walk? We haven't used your legs for months, so you might find walking a little difficult. You don't think so? That's all right. I can carry you upstairs for now. Lift your arms up. Ugh. Do you like me carrying you like this? You've been blushing harder since I picked you up. It's almost like you lied about not being able to walk so I would carry you. Aw, don't hide your face from me, darling. I don't mind carrying you. I was kind of hoping you wouldn't be able to walk so I'd have an excuse to carry you. You're so much smaller than me, like a little doll in my arms. I'll put you down on the sofa for now, but feel free to get up and explore the rest of the house if you'd like. You should probably get some rest first, though. You look really tired. I'm guessing the examination table wasn't very comfortable to sleep on, so you must not have been getting the best sleep. I would love to stay here and cuddle with you, but I need to finish some paperwork and start looking for people interested in testing the drug on the person they want to love them back. To make sure it works on other people before I start selling it. You don't want me to leave? I'm sorry, darling, but I need to. This is a very important part of the experiment. There will be plenty of time to cuddle later. I think I can satisfy your need for attention before I go back to the lab. Mwah. Did that satisfy you? I've been wanting to do that since I first laid my eyes on you. Unfortunately, I need to get back to my work now. But there will be plenty of time for more of that soon. I'll be back in a few hours. Go rest or explore the house while I'm gone. You can watch TV if you want, just don't try to get out of the house. I'll see you soon, darling. I love you. There you are, darling. I was wondering where you'd gone. What are you up to? That's good. I was hoping you were resting. It's just been over 2 weeks since the experiments on you ended. It'll take you a while to start to feel well rested like yourself again. You've been through a lot, but everything's all right now. Mm. Mm. I've missed you so much while I've been in the lab. I want to spend more time with you, but I need to prioritize the experiment for now. Once it's over, we can spend all day together. That reminds me, I need to ask you some questions regarding to the experiment. Why? Well, I sent out the first 2 test drugs to some people interested in trying them out. Unfortunately, the drug didn't work the same as it did on you. It did change their mind, but it didn't make them fall in love. One of the test subjects lost all emotions other than those associated with happiness. 6 days ago, the effects of the drug wore off and they entered a state of depression. Nothing makes them the same level of pleasure and happiness as the drug did. This is most likely because of how much dopamine was in the drug. The second subject had the same effect as the first one, but the feeling of euphoria didn't last long. They passed out after a few minutes. When they woke up, they felt normal at first, but then began to hallucinate. I know that isn't what happened to you, which is why I need to ask you some questions. Either the drug only works on you because I made it based on your reactions, or something else is going on. I need you to be honest, darling. Do you love me? If you do, is it your own feelings or is it because of the drug? You do love me, but you don't know if it's because of the drug? Alright. You better be telling the truth. My notes show you began experiencing basic body signs of attraction around test 15. Test 64 is when the signs started to become much more noticeable than the other tests. Test 68 is when you began to show even more signs than the other tests. That was also the final test. Do you remember when you began to feel attracted to me in your mind? Test 68. I suppose that makes sense based on the results from the EEG machine, but something feels really off. Comparing your brainwaves to other results from people genuinely in love and to similar failed experiments, your results look more staged. Almost like you're pretending to love me or the machine was messed up before the test. Are you lying to me about your feelings? Don't try to cover up the truth. I left you alone with the machine to grab some notes. That would have been enough time to tamper with the machine. I know you're smart. You must have known a way to mess up the machine's frequency so it would show the results wrong. After the test, you pretended to love me. Pretended that the drug worked. Stop with the excuses. You must have built a resistance to some of the chemicals in the drug, causing your body not to react the same way as the other 2 subjects did. You lied to me. And it worked. That can't be possible, though. I prepared for this. Made sure there was no way you could trick me. But you did. I didn't think you'd be able to plan something like this. You were meant to be too scared to think of a plan. This is fine. I can fix it. I'll bring you back to the lab. This time use stronger restraints so you won't be able to move your hands at all. I'll keep altering the formula, look through every single note and piece of data to see what went wrong, to see what I need to fix. It'll work this time. I need to make sure of it. Run hundreds of different tests when I think the drug is working to make sure there is no possible way you can pretend it's not working. Or that it is working. Don't look so scared. You did this to yourself. If you just told the truth, then none of this would be happening. It would have made everything so much easier for the both of us if you would just have been honest. I know this whole experiment has been making you feel scared, but it wouldn't be this bad if you had just behaved. If you thought about all the good parts of the experiment and the results. Now just come here. If you don't come back to the basement willingly, then I'll need to use a sedative on you. Get back here. There is no point in trying to run away. Every single door and window are locked. Just stop running and... How? How did you get the keys? They were in my pocket the whole time. Wait. Did you take them when we were kissing? You really did plan for everything, huh? Get back here! You might have planned how to get out of the house, but you have no idea how to get out of these woods. There's nothing but trees for miles in every direction. There's nobody around here that can help you. Please, just stop running and come back to me. It's dangerous out here. You're gonna get lost. Without me, you'll either starve to death or get mauled by some wild animal until you're unrecognizable. If you stop running, we can go back home to the safety of the lab and forget this ever happened. We'll continue the experiments until the drug works and everything will go back to the way it should have been. I chose you for the experiment because I love you and because you're smart. Thought you would have known running away from me was a bad idea. That you would have realized there was no hope of escape, but it turns out I was wrong. You can't keep this up forever. It would be a lot easier to just give up and stop running. Please. You won't survive out here alone. Nobody will save you. Just stay with me. And I promise you that you'll be safe. No. Darling, just come back. Please. Fine. You managed to get away. But listen to me, darling. These woods will kill you. The cold, the hunger. Those are the things that you can't outsmart. If you somehow manage to make it out alive, I will find you. And you don't want to know what I'm willing to do to get you